there's something special right here. What I say? Fast forward.
Gotta find my joint up.
The 2025 college football season is going to be a special one in Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
The first and foremost thing I wanted to get accomplished is I wanted to see us get that first statement win on the road, which we were able to do in week 0 against Saginaw, a very well coached Saginaw team. And so that was a big win, being the Red Feather Classic and being able to bring some hardware home from that game was a big deal for us. The next thing I wanted to see us continue just to develop our program. I think the hardest thing when you take over as a head coach is changing the culture of a program and putting your standards into the program. And I think you can see from just the first 5 weeks of the season how hard our team plays. We definitely increased the talent level on our roster. We're competitive in every game. We're winning football games. I'm excited to kind of see this thing, at the midpoint really of the season and see us finish the right way. So, my goals were just I want to see us keep developing as a program. My 4 pillars of being recruitment, retention, development, and graduation. We're on track in year 2. We're 21 months into this rebuild and what I call our championship build, and I'm excited to kind of see where we're at right now.
And a shoe, 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 and a shoe.
Yeah, we kind of, came up with our acronym of GRIT, which means, guts, playing with guts, being relentless in your effort, being intentional, having a plan every day you show up in the building, and then, having that toughness to finish games. And, we were able to finish that first one, and then there's some games where we're close. Like, it just shows you that we're getting closer as a program to being one of those top programs. Hard-fought loss against West Florida. It was a number 3 ranked team in the country, and we went wire to wire. We were tied up at 24 all in the fourth quarter with opportunities to win the game, and weren't able to finish a couple drives and weren't able to get some stops. But man, to think of how far we've come in a short amount of time has been impressive. But as a head coach, I'm always looking at the bottom line, like, did you get it done? And we're not there yet, but I'm also looking at the big picture that we've shown a lot of development and we're getting closer to our goals. But I think our team has embraced that grit mindset of just approaching every day with, getting out there and training, getting out there and being tough, and getting out there and wanting to get better. So I've seen our team get closer. Our team's a lot closer this year than it was when I first got here last year. So we're definitely making strides in the right direction.
I think the way you set the standard as a head coach is you got to embody that grit. Like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning right now. We're about to hit the weight room, and I'm in the office getting ready for practice in the morning. And I think people, you got to lead by example. Even though as a head coach you got to say a lot of things vocally to your team, they want to see if you work hard. And in today's day and age, players can see through you pretty quickly if you don't know what you're talking about. And so, I just try to live that NSU grit standard and lead by example, and also, talk to them about my experiences of being a former Division I college football player and things I can help them with. So excited about this group.
No, I'm just really proud of our team. We've come together a lot, and we're showing that we can compete with the best, honestly. And so that's what I like to see, and I'm hoping that we continue to stack weeks on top of weeks, days on top of days, practices on top of practices, and just continue to get better and strengthen ourselves, I guess, as a unit.
As a team, I feel like we at every game go, we get better with, just our structure as a team and our offense, our defense, our special teams. Everything just coming together. It didn't come together as fast as we wanted to, but it's still coming together. So it's just about taking that step forward every week, day by day, week by week.
We've played some really good football at home, and we've lost a couple tough ones, but you can feel the energy, and you can feel that there's an expectation to win now. I think last year people were just excited just to compete in games, which we did at a high level, but I think this year there's an expectation to win from our team. There's an expectation to win from the stands and the crowd, and there's an expectation to win from our administration, which I love. I mean, I'm a winner. I've always worked hard to put myself in a position to win, and not only as a player but as a coach. But I also know all the hard work that goes into preparation. And if you want to win football games, you got to prepare at a very, very high level. And our staff does that. Our players do that. And we got to keep pushing forward because we got a lot of good football left in us the rest of this year.
For the next couple weeks, for me at least, I need to come out being that vocal leader that the team needs. Because early on in the season, I was kind of vocal, not being a rah-rah guy, but I felt like the last 2 weeks here, I've been, speaking up more, and the guys really listen to that. So any way I could get my team hype, then that's what I'm gonna do. So that's a goal for me rest of the season, is just keeping the energy up for everybody, because the team feeds off me. So I'm gonna keep doing that. And then another goal is we gotta go on a run if we want a shot at playoffs or a bowl game. So we already lost 3 games, so we gonna have to win out and see what happens. So that's also a goal. And then for me, also just keep getting completions, keep moving the offense down the field. I'm not really worried about stats. I just care about wins and losses.
I'm treating everybody the same, man, honestly. It started in North Alabama. We started focusing more on just us as far as like who we're playing and what we're going up against, because at the end of the day, what we do and the way that we perform and the way that we come out, the energy that we bring is what really matters. And so that's really how I've shaped my mentality, I guess, for now until the rest of the season, honestly, is just focusing on what I'm doing and focusing on what we're doing as a team, just to make sure that we're handling all of our P's and Q's. And yeah, that's really all that matters to me, is just focusing on what we're doing, and whoever we got up next, that's who we got, and they got to see us.
I bought the block out on the land, split it with my twins. I said the boss, see what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. What the he thought that I was playing? What the he must have thought that I was playing. Must have thought he couldn't get caught, they buried that boy in the sand. Damn, white that look noses only cost a couple of grand. Yup, by now he ever stole, I'm chopping off his hand. Hot like a stove with a pot on the pan. We taking over the land. I can come chop a few block up again. Here with they come spin. I'm out of the way, but they pulling me in. I'm about to commit a sin.